This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutation, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we treated with the One and his Rakata tribe, as he said we must kill the Eldars to get into the temple. But I don't know if it's as simple as that. And we decided to go to the front, and we were stopped by some electronic or electric type of field. But before we go in there, I forgot about getting the reward for a mission. One of the two side quests on this planet, so if you need some extra experience or a little extra gear, make sure to remember this. I almost forgot this too while I was doing some pre-recording messing around just to make sure everything was working well. So anyway, if we go back to the North Beach where the Rakata are, or the One is, there's a guy called War Leader Garn just hanging around there, just looking at the sea all forlornly like, why do we dream? You are the great warrior now, it seems. You come before us and defeat us, and now do so again. Yeah, kicked your backside's pretty good. What do you want? What do you want? If you are as great as you appear to be, then perhaps you can help us as well. There have been many attacks on the island recently by blue and red armored warriors against our scouts. Mandalorians. If that is your name for them, then yes. I was given the task of rooting out their forces, but as you can see, I have failed. Failed both the One who gave me the command and the desert warriors who accompanied me and did not return. If you are a great warrior, then may yet be able to destroy them where I have failed. Surely your power is beyond my kin, and those would undoubtedly prove critical. Yeah, sucks for you, man. Except we've already done that. We can basically ask him questions about, like, why he needs his help. Sure, let's ask it just because we haven't actually done it. I don't feel like it. Why should I help you? You came to the One seeking entrance to the Temple of the Ancients, did you not? These killers have made their base of sorts near the entrance to the temple itself. Our scouts can no longer travel safely to the area, and any passage by you towards the Elders' compounds would be in danger as well. Your own best interests lie in their deaths, and... There have been many wrecks that have been crashed onto the world. Many of the items from these vessels may be of use to you. If you bring me back the head of their leader, I could show you one of the better caches. Why does everyone want people's heads? People are so gross in Star Wars. I mean, this is the stuff they don't talk about in the movies. Why don't I just take that information? I am old and bitter warrior. My injuries are many, and I have just come back from a fearsome battle, a slaughter. Even a light hit could kill me, so don't threaten me with violence. Alright, well, I'm not dark side, so I'm not going to. I don't need anything from you. Why do you need his head? Why, to gain his strength and knowledge, of course. So we do the same for both. Oh, that's right. I forgot they eat the flesh of other sentient beings. How lovely. I've already done it. I assure you, I can give you a reward. What? You what? Thank you for what you've done. The souls of my warriors could rest in peace now. And with this head, I gain his strength so we may overcome his people in the future. And now for the reward I promised. Did he just dig it out of the sand? I think he did. I found these while searching them on the wreckage. I don't know what they do, but I hid them here for quite some time ago. They are yours now. The funny thing, he talks about how using the Mandalorian head to gain, like, the knowledge to help fight people in the future. Well, the choice, the place we're going to go and what's going to happen soon, probably not today, but maybe next episode, is going to, well, going to be short-lived. Anyway, let's open the footlocker and see what's inside. Get a shield generator, prototype shield, better Avesh Zal oil, a Verpine Zal alloy mesh. Man, what's wrong with me today? A couple thermal detonators, some mines, repair kit, and medipacks. Very nice. And we get some experience too. I think like 1,000 or something like that. Anyway, with that in mind, let's go back to the front of that temple. I had to do this quest now because where we're going, we're going to lose out on getting that quest, or at least the way I'm doing it. You can do it a different direction, which we'll find out here momentarily after we enter inside the Elder's Temple. But how are we going to get past that electric field? Well, if only we had the ability to use an unknown force, a type of space magic as it were, to get past it. I don't know where we're going to get those abilities. Yeah, it'll probably be easy. Let's just walk inside. It'll be fine. Whoa, hello. You are not Rakata. What is your business here, off-worlder? Who are you? We are the Eldars, and you will answer our question. Who are you and why have you come? I am seeking the Star Forge. I have come from the Rakata to speak to you. My business is my own. I am Revan. You are Revan? The council wishes to speak with you. You may enter. Oh, that was easy. Wasn't sure if telling everyone I'm Revan is a good or bad thing these days. Apparently it's a good thing. Let's go inside. Let's see what these Eldar are like. Are they truly this evil group of people? Well, actually, I don't even know if the one really talks about them being evil, per se. Just he wants to beat them to unite the Rakata, so there might just be alternate opinions. The one does seem a bit bloodthirsty, I'll admit. But we'll see what these elders are like. See if maybe they're a little bit more... Well, I mean, it's not like the one wasn't friendly. It's just... they look pretty similar, so... We of the Eldar did not expect to see you again, Revan. We thought you had betrayed us. Why have you returned to our village after all this time? Maybe I should give him a different voice than all these, like, just deep voices. I spoke to you once before. What did I want? Is this some type of test, Revan? Some type of trick? You come seeking our aid. You come in search of a way to enter the Temple of the Ancients. You claim to be seeking a way to destroy the Star Forge, and we were foolish enough to believe you, unaware of your true nature. We helped you into the Temple. But you betrayed us, Revan. Instead of destroying the terrible legacy of our ancestors, you unleashed the evil of the Star Forge upon our unsuspecting galaxy. And now you stand before the Council of Eldars once more, and once more we ask you, for what reason have you returned, Revan? No, I'm sorry, my bad that my alternate personality tried to destroy the galaxy while it's going on right now. Why have you returned? I need to get in the temple so I can destroy the Star Forge. Do you think we are fools, Revan? Do you think we have forgotten how you lied to us last time? Why should we believe you now? I see where this goes. I'll just key instead. Basically, at any point, you can basically do with the one bid and basically just kill them all. If you decide to just basically if you decide to treat with these people, I don't know if I consider it the light side path, but it's probably the better path that you probably should take. But if you're going dark side, basically do it the one once. If you're going light side, do it basically try to parlay with the Eldars. So it's up to you. But basically, if you parlay with the Eldars, basically as soon as you go back to the one's compound, you get attacked immediately. So kind of keep that in mind. But since we're light side, we're going to parlay with them. My mind was destroyed. All my memories were lost. It changed me. I am not who I was. They say that the experiences of our past define us and make us what we are. If it is true that you lost your memories, then perhaps you are changed. But how are we to know that this is not some type of trick, Revan? I'm the servant of the light now. I want to make amends for the mistakes of the past. You say you are not who you once were, yet here on our world you repeat the pattern of your last visit. Like the last time you've crashed here, like last time you've come seeking our help. How have you changed, Revan? The one wanted me to kill you, but I've come here peacefully. Again, you are only repeating the patterns from before. You know we hold the secrets of entering the temple. That is why you do not attack us. You come here in the guise of a friend, but how do you know we are not going to betray us again? I find it funny how, like, I think maybe you can succeed on that, but I find it funny you're failing, because they're basically going, you're doing the same thing. What's wrong with you? Anyway, we could just basically just kill them all. I have the Dark Horde report. Bow before me. Oh, I always love the dark side responses. Anyway. I cannot prove what is in my heart. I only ask you judge me by my actions. We sense you mean the words you speak, but words are easy to say. It is the actions that prove the true nature of your character. You must prove to us that you're not the same as you once were, Revan. You must prove that you've changed. Actually, I've decided I'm going to kill you all now. How can I prove that? Most recently, several of our scouts were captured by the One. Most of them were brutally slaughtered, and we have information that one of our scouts is still alive. They will use unimaginable torture to force the scout to reveal everything he knows about our tribe, and once the One is done with him, the scout will be executed like the others. You must prove you have truly changed by risking your own life to save another. Rescue our scout from the clutches of the One, and we will consider helping you. Maybe I can, so you want me to go there and kill the One? Forget it. Okay, anyway. So maybe I can negotiate with the One to release your hostage. We would prefer if we could find some way to save the prisoner without bloodshed, but we won't believe that will be possible. The One does not like to negotiate. So if I save the prisoner, you'll help me? Risking your life to save the prisoner would show us that you are sincere about making amends for the past. Alright. Okay, I'll help you, but I have some questions. We will tell you what we can, Revan. I have some questions about you, your tribe, your history, the temple. I should have told you folks it's going to be popcorn time. Very little action today. You should speak to Osra, the keeper of history. He is located near the great computer on the far side of the Enclave, but I will do my best to answer your questions. Tell me about your tribe. We are the Eldars. Our ancestors were the priests of the Infinite Empire, the guardians of the temple, and the keepers of technology. After the warlords unleashed their weapons of mass destruction and devastated the world, our ancestors knew we could never allow such technology to be used again. We sealed the knowledge of destruction within the temple, and for the past 1,000 generations we have kept vigil here, ensuring the knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands. If you wish to know more about our history, speak to Osra, the keeper of history. Funny when anyone says weapons of mass destruction. I grew up during the 2000s when, in America, during our little iffy period of well, I guess it's still going on right now, but when our leader and president said that, I can't take those words seriously anymore. And this game was made after he said those words, so I'm almost wondering if that's. I mean, those words were around before, but they have a different meaning. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyway, back to the game. I have more questions about your history. You should speak. Okay, he says that. I want to learn more about the history of the Rakatan Empire. Our history is a long one, but is also one filled with bloodshed and sorrow. Once the Rakata ruled all the known galaxy, but our empire was destroyed by our own corruption. If you wish to know more, speak to Osra. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I can ask him. What do you know about the other Rakata here? There is only one other group of Rakata on this island, the Tribe of the One. They would slaughter us if they could, hoping to unlock the secrets hidden away in the temple. Have you tried reasoning with the One? When the One first arrived on the island, we sent emissaries under a flag of truce to try and negotiate with his tribe, but all our envoys were brutally slaughtered. We do have the technology to destroy the One and his followers, but if we kill them all, then we will only prove that we've learned nothing over the past 20,000 years. The One is mad with power. We chose not to fight him, so our only course of action is to stay here in isolation, where we are safe, just as we've done for the past 20,000 years. If you wish to know more, I think you could. No, I think we're beyond the turning on them, but that'd be funny if you could turn on them after him saying that. You're like, I got you. Let's see. See if there's anything else. What do you know about the Temple of the Ancients? The temple is a sacred place, but also a place of great danger. Within its walls, the terrible secrets of our ancestors have been locked away. We ourselves can no longer enter the temple, Revan. We do not have the power of the Force, but you can enter with our help. It's kind of weird how the Rakatans required the Force to open a door, but okay. I think there was like another question there too. Let's see, we already know that. Starforge. Okay, what can you tell me about the Starforge? The Starforge is a blight upon our world, an orbiting symbol of the failures and heroes of our past. We have long searched for a way to destroy it, and now you finally have given us that chance. Unless I don't betray you again, but who knows. I'll be back after I rescue the prisoner. The prisoner is being held in the chamber of the One himself. Return to us once he is free. Until then, you have free run of the Enclave. Well, that's kind of dumb to say. Anyway, for doing that, we get a new quest. Trapped on a nameless world. The Eldars had offered to get you inside the Temple of the Ancients if you rescue one of their tribe being held in the camp of the One. By the way, they talk about how you could like talk to them or yes, Riven. Is there something you need? Basically, you talk about how you could persuade them and stuff like that. Yeah, you can't. As soon as you accept helping the Eldars, the One will attack you. So yeah. Okay, there we go. You can decide to kill them at any time. But anyway, I'll ask you some questions. You'll tell me what you can, Revan. Is it just going to tell me the same thing? Oh. Do you know how to disable the disruptor field that caused my ship to crash? The disruptor field is one of the ancient defenses of the Starforge. A great generator within the temple the ancients fuse it. You'll have to enter the temple to disable it. Can I ask you something else? We'll tell you what we can, Revan. How about, can you tell me about the tribe? Or? Yeah, he's going to tell us the same thing. Okay. He's just a repeat character. Basically, since he's right next to the other dude. Actually, do they all have the same, they probably do all have the same dialect, because do they even have a unique name? Nope, they don't. They all say the same thing. Whoops. Alright. Anyway, let's explore this place before we try to save their people. But yeah, if you didn't do that little side quest to kill the Mandalorian to give the head to that dude, you basically lose out on those items. I mean, not a big deal. It's not like they're a rare item or anything like that, but if you're trying to basically make sure you have enough stuff for the end of the game, Anyway, let's open up this wicker basket. Some adrenals, computer spikes. I always use more computer spikes. I think we'll have like one more big computer spike thing before the end of the game or something. I think. Okay. Well, anyway, most of these guys will repeat like random stuff like that. So sometimes I'll click on them to see if they say anything unique. But, I mean, they say different things, but more adrenalines. We'll actually need those for the final area of the game, or at least I'm going to, especially for the final boss. And yes, BioWare does have final bosses, so yeah, I know it's strange, but they do. Although their games are a bit different from JRPGs, but they still have in-game encounters and stuff like that. Repair kits, nice. Just steal all your stuff. You could steal all that and then still betray him if you really want to. If you want to be super dark side. Not that you get any more dark side other than just killing them in the first place, I think. Actually, I don't think you actually get any dark sides for deciding to just destroy the Eldars. It just seems story-wise to make more sense to help the Eldars, that's all. Or Elders, I mean, because of their feelings on things. But I could be wrong. I said some details kind of are forgotten after a while. Haha. Anyway. I went to the worshipper station. Observe the future. Alright, now baskets in here to check. One more area, and then we'll talk to that lore keeper. Get some information about the Ricotta, even though we learned quite a bit before. Ooh, researchers, huh? Trying to regain their past, huh? Wrath of the Ricotta will consume you! Okay, calm down. Calm down, Vauldemare. Cargo is locked with a strange mechanical contraption, likely to need a special key. I assume these are Ricottans of the One. No, let's see, say... The one will... Yeah, I thought so. Alright, let's say we got a new person tattoo. Researcher Lawa. He instigates the second...
You have returned at last, Raven. I was beginning to wonder what happened to you in the temple.
He gives you the second side quest of this planet. That's pretty much it. This place only has 2 side quests. Not much happened. You know me?
We had met previously when you last entered our archive many years ago. You inquired as to my research then as well. You came here and gained access to the temple, and we never heard from you again. Some thought you might have betrayed us to the others, but they were never able to penetrate our defenses. But if you will help us now, then the time taken is nothing. Is there anything else you require?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? You mean the purpose of my research here?
What is your research?
As you may have heard from our historians, in our distant past, we melded technology in the Force to create truly wondrous effects. We guided ships across the galaxy using our power and incorporated its use into all aspects of our society. But something happened somewhere.
I don't need to hear this. What happened?
There are a variety of theories on what happened. Perhaps we became immune to the effects of the Force from overuse. Perhaps our breeding habits rendered our species insensitive to it over time. None truly know. The only discernible result is that we can no longer command the Force as we had. Its power had escaped us. With its loss, our technologies could no longer hold us as far above the subjugated races we ruled. Our empire began to crumble. The races we subjugated rose up and plagues swept our world. We could do nothing against all these calamities. In the end, only the members of our race left here on our homeworld survived. This is their actual homeworld? Oh. I thought they were from somewhere else, but oh well, whatever. No Ricotta can use the Force? Every once in a while, there's an individual born who has an affinity for the Force, maybe not the ability to use it directly, but at least the ability to remain open to it. I believe this is a sign that whatever genes our species had that gave us the ability to use the Force are now completely gone. Perhaps some of the ancestors of our current tribes fled beneath the surface, some retraining this trait. Right. We have been working for years to isolate the gene and attempt to resurrect our species as well. We of the Elders do not have Force sensitive ourselves, but by harnessing the genetic structure of our other tribes, we hope to be able to breathe the gene back into our species. Well, at least you did mention midi-chlorians, I guess, but you still make it often that the Force, instead of being this, unknown entity, like either being a god or a force of nature, is possibly genetic. I don't know. That sound in a world of space wizards, that sounds kind of dumb. You're capturing prisoners for their genes? You make us seem like monsters. Truly, we are not. We captured them, yes, but only because the tribes have become extremely xenophobic in their millennia trapped on this world. They would not aid us willingly and killed our messengers when we asked. We believe that as when we large enough genetic samples, we can reintroduce the recessive Force-sensitive genes back into our people, allowing us to once again access the heritage of our past. I thought the Force was supposed to be some type of,
sentience of some sort. Like, not like maybe like as a god or something like that, so it just gives the Force to whoever it just feels like it. I don't know. Heritage, you mean the temple? Yes, the temple is only be entered by those sensitive to the Force, so it has been barred for us for ages. What we may find inside will allow us to lift the other tribes out of the barbarism for which they have fallen and restore us as a productive force in the galaxy. You're trying to restore your empire, aren't you? No. Bad, Ricotta. No, we do not want to fall down the path of that so twist our people before. This time, perhaps we can redeem ourselves in the eyes of the galaxy and become a force of good. Oh, well, how close are you to finishing your research? We are quite far along, having our centuries to work ahead, but with the arrival of another tribe on our island, we've been restricted in our movements to just our enclave. We've captured a few of their warriors, but the one that really interests us is their leader, the One. Well, you want me to capture the leader and bring him back to you? The One, what's so special about him? Those with those genes we seek seem to be marked with a destiny that causes them to rise above others as we did as a species early on. In hearing the stories his warrior tell of the One, we believe that he may hold some of the genes we seek. He may be nearing Force sensitivity. Unfortunately, he and his people are much too aggressive and violent for us to ever get close enough to study him. His corpse would not do either, as only a living, working body is of use to us. Maybe in time, though, the difference between our peoples will lessen enough that we may study one another and gain the information we need. Well, what kind of information do you need? Genetic data on drifts and changes over the many millennia we have been here. Specific data on exceptional individuals. If only we had access to the knowledge of our ancestors. They must have much knowledge. Much more than us. They have a much greater population sample to work with. I believe that in the temple there may be the information we seek. Perhaps in old archives or scrolls. Maybe in an ancient computer if it ain't still working. The information would help us greatly in our work. We'd be very grateful to you. Is there anything else I can help you with? Well, basically, where you can go when we get into the temple, you can find out about how to help him with his side quest. What do you know about the temple? In the ancients, it is ancient that we know, and is guided by an advanced technology that only Force-sensitive races can penetrate. Recently, we have seen ships coming and going from it, some wearing designed to ones that came in about the same time you did many years ago. Other than that, we do not know, although we would really like to find out. I find it funny that a Force-sensitive door that can only be opened by Force-sensitives, then that basically mean the more powerful people who are Force-sensitives could only access that power. So, like, normal people who may want to stop Force-sensitive people couldn't do that. It seems like a very major problem with your answer. Very well, then come again. Do as you please. Whew, now we got another side quest. Rakatan Research. You've discovered the Elders are researching the genetic history of their people in an attempt to make them Force-sensitive again. They believe that this will allow them to peacefully re-enter galactic society. They think that there may be information on the temple that can help them. So if you don't have Force sensitivity, you're not a part of society. I mean, most people have forgotten you even existed. You could probably just pop into society and be fine about it. Everyone would be like, oh, you're an alien from an outer-rim planet. Okay. And there you go. Oh, by the way, the difference between the Eldar and the Rakata, or the One, are their side enemies that they have. So if you fight the Eldars, you have to fight their droids, which just disabled droid would really screw them up. Or if you fight the Rancor, or if you fight the One, you have to fight his Rancors. Probably the droids are easier, but because I have Force Stun, the Rancors are a lot. Well, actually, since I have Force Stun and disabled droid, either one would be easier for me. But anyway, I think the droids don't even say anything about Rancor. Yeah, they just beep around. Council thinks you may help us, haven't they? Right? Anyway, let's see. And if we go in here, like if we were fighting helping the One, we go in here to the computer room and access the computer terminal, which we still can actually. I wonder if I'll be able to convince the computer. Let's do a quick save really quick, see if I can. Because you can actually convince the computer to let you look at it. Let's see what it says. User verification. User species equals non-Rakatan. Access to auxiliary archives is restricted to Rakata or approved servants. Slaves may not access their archives. I do serve the Rakata. How else would I learn the language? Logical. User speaks the language of the Rakata in order to serve them. User added to authorized list of non-Rakata. Further information can be obtained from the main archives within the Temple of the Ancients. Downloading codes to bypass exterior energy fields surrounding Temple. My archives are ready for information retrieval and downloaded in a remote datapad storage. Please select a topic. Man, there's a lot of questions. Alright. Let's start with the top. I am looking for the secrets of the ancient Rakata. Searching. Retrieving information.
These secrets are locked within the Temple of the Ancients. The Eldars sealed the information away to prevent the technology from falling into the wrong hands. How can I get into the temple? Searching, retrieving information. The shields constructed by the Eldars to guard the temple are controlled from the summit of the structure. Anyone inside the temple may temporarily shut down the shields. There is only one way to gain access to the temple from the outside. The shields are designed to lower in response to a ritualistic chant detailed in ancient texts held by the Keeper of History. To protect the secrets within the temple, the chant will only work if spoken by the Rakata. No other species can create the proper annotations that will trigger shield deactivation. Basically, you either have to help the one and have his guy help you, or help the elders and have the keeper help you. Both ways work, but you basically have to choose to help one of them. Otherwise, you'll never go inside. Tell me about the Starforge. Searching. Error. No information on Starforge detected. Information may be recorded in the database within the Temple of the Ancients. Let's see. Did I ask you about the temple? Searching. Retrieving information. The temple is a sacred place of ancient secrets. All the dark mysteries of the Rakata are housed within its stone walls, which pulse with the living power of the ancients. Only those who can command the Force can enter the temple. None among the Rakata still have this ability, though. The Eldars are seeking to breed a Force-sensitive being. I'll ask you something else. Let's see, we already asked about getting in the temple, right? Yeah, I believe so. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I forget stuff. Okay, let me ask you something else. Let's see. Starforge, in the temple. Let's go about that here. Okay. Want to know about the history of the Rakata. Searching, retrieving information. At its peak, the infinite empire of the Rakata ruled over 500 planets and was comprised of 10 billion Rakata and over 1 trillion slaves scattered across the galaxies. But over time, the empire grew weak and corrupt and turned against itself. Civil war, slave rebellions, and a great plague spread throughout the galaxy. A plague? Its origins were unknown, perhaps the creation of an enslaved species, perhaps a mutation of a natural virus. It killed only Rakata, and it spread to every corner of the galaxy. The infinite empire crumbled into dust as the Rakatan survivors fled back here to their homeworld, isolated and hidden from the rest of the galaxy. But even hidden here, on this forbidden planet, they were not safe. Millions died from the deadly plague. Many more died in the never-ending civil war. The history of the Infinite Empire ended 20,000 years ago. Now the Rakatan are nothing but few scattered primitive tribes battling for dominance and control. Okay. Yeah, a lot of information. Alright, tell me about the Eldars. Searching, retrieving information. The Eldars are descended from the Rakata priest caste. When the Infinite Empire collapsed, the Eldars isolated themselves on this island, far away from the rest of Rakata society. The Eldars hid the secret technology of the Ancients within the temple, fearing it could be used to bring about the extinction of the Rakatan species. Deprived of the knowledge of the Ancients, the other Rakatan degenerated into primitive tribes engaged in constant warfare. Only the Eldars have preserved the true history of this world. Interesting. Oh boy. Alright, more conversation. Let's see. Did I already asked him about the Temple of the Ancients, didn't I? Like, just telling me about it in general. Searching, retrieving information. Yes, okay, I did. Ask you something else. And disabling the disruptor. How can I show off the disruptor field around the planet? Searching, retrieving information. The disruptor field is controlled by a generator within the Temple of the Ancients. Once inside the temple, the disruptor field and the energy barrier around the temple can both be deactivated. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be going now. Thanks for the info. Please return should you require further information containing the auxiliary archives. This is basically how the one can figure out how to get past the temple. Obviously, if you're doing the Eldars story, it's not as important. Got a couple of replenishments here. Not that I've hardly... I mean, the last time I really had to use items was like on Terrace. After that, I haven't really had to worry about it as much. Because I got kind of overpowered after a point. Whoops. Oh, well. That just happens in any game, really, especially if you know what you're doing. Oh, nice. Basically, all this stuff for the end game. The game knows it's going to be... I wouldn't say super hard, but it's definitely can be a challenge if you're not prepared for what's going to happen. So,
Oh, it looks like there's nothing else in here. So we got Keeper Orsa to talk to, and then we'll have to tackle the one. But I think we learned a little bit too much history today, and I've done a little bit too much talking. I think it's time to take a quick break. In the next episode, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we'll talk to the Keeper, learn a bit more about the Rakatan tribe's history, and then tackle the one to save the Scout so he can get inside the temple, turn off the Disruptor, get to the Starforge, destroy it, save Bastila, save the galaxy. Whew! And I'm still just a Padawan. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.